I want to show you a stretch that has been absolutely game-changing to my training and to my body. Something I learned at my rotational movement training qualification. And it's awesome because it's going to give us, it's a stretch as well as a pose. And this pose is going to give us this new awareness for what we will call our coils. We're all really good at bracing our core. We've been training braced core with our bench and our deads and our squats and our rows and our clean and press, really good at braced core. Coiling is side bend. Coiling is bringing one shoulder and hip closer together. This is potential. And I can give you a little bit of a demo of this. If I was standing in front of you and I went, your brain doesn't perceive too much danger. But if I went, that rotation, your brain knows that there is power in there. Another way you can look at this, if I said, yo, there's 10 billion bucks on top of the fridge, how would you reach for it? It's a really tall fridge. Would you be reaching up straight arms like this? Or would you drop one side so that you can get longer up there? Your body inherently knows that your highest, or rather your longest expression of length isn't like this. It's when you drop one side and that gets longer. This stretch helps you associate with that, feel that, and opens up space in a big, big way. Your freaking ancestors feel this stretch. The stretch looks like this. You need a wall. You're going to have your feet about 30 centimeters away from the wall. Lean your hip into that wall. Trust in the wall that you're not going to fall through it. Wall side foot is going to come behind the other foot. Now already, your pelvis has dropped like this. You're getting shorter on one side and longer on the other side. Let's pour into that more. We're going to take one hand up the wall. This is our long side, the wall side. Stretches already beautifully on. Then the other hand, we're going to hold a waiter's tray and think of driving that elbow to that hip. Relax the trap, drive it down. Here, the stretch is already on, awesome stuff is happening. Let's add to it a bit and think of some coaching cues that we can play with here. Let's tuck the chin, look out the top of our eyebrows. Let's lean forward, weight is in this front leg. A little bit of external rotation, like fourth toe focus of that leg. Drive that elbow to that hip, relax the trap, waiter's palm. Arm is reaching up the wall. We want to get this sort of congruency with your spine and the shin, like two straight lines that aren't going to touch. From here, keep reaching up the wall, stare at the top of those eyebrows, elbow down, externally rotate that foot. You can float and drag and tail this back leg if you wish, but this didn't start feeling good to me until after a little while, so maybe keep that foot planted on the floor. This stretch is on, it's absolutely incredible, giving you new space, and boom. When you do this, when you train the extremes, fully long, fully short on one side, you're getting better at everything in between. Let's hit that on the other side. Feet about 30 centimeters away from the wall, rest into that wall. Wall side foot is going to come behind. Already that pelvis has dropped. I'm getting coiled in this side and getting long on the other side. Let's get our arm up that wall. If a bit of cramp takes over in the shoulder, bring that arm down. We want to feel it in the lower lat. We want to feel it like along the whole length of the body. Arms reaching up that wall. Let's get that landmark of elbow towards hip. Chin tucked, looking at the top of the eyebrows. Lean forward, congruent angle between the shin and the spine. Relax this trap, elbow tucked, settle in. Calm nasal breathing is going to be the most productive for all stretches. Extra kingly if you're extending that exhale. Adaptation and change is going to happen a lot better in better ways if we're parasympathetically toned when we're doing this sort of stuff. And douche. You do a stretch like that and you open up all this space on either side of your body. As opposed to the super braced feeling that we get because all our training is generally braced, traditionally braced. This sort of stretch allows you to associate with this new pocket of potential, your coil. It'll take things like a kettlebell clean and press from this boxy braced thing, boom, boom, to something where you can call upon those coils. I'm going to coil, swap sides, now the other side's long, douche, and from the fridge example that we got, one side low, one side high is longer and a fuller expression of yourself than both sides high like this. Hope that gave you something to play with or think about. This stretch has been absolutely game-changing. You do that stretch before something like rope, and dude, sis, cuz, brah, you feel so much more, boom, able to dip into that space and power out of it. Have a crack, tag me if you do, live life and love it.